Well, hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Shani and I am a part-time reseller, and today I have a thrift haul. This is gonna be from 2 weeks of thrifting. I really haven't, I say I haven't been able to go much, but this is what I got to show you. Plus there's some stuff down on the floor here. So hopefully we can get through this. My camera is slightly crooked and it's the way it's just kind of sitting on my floor. So hopefully, all right. But first things first, I've told you guys that I'm a crafter. You all know this. I've showed you some of my crafts in the past, but I have another one to show you, and it's going to involve all the jewelry that I've been buying. Stay hydrated, folks. It's warm again here in Missouri. It's actually not too bad now out in my garage, but it's morning time. So I just finished this last night, and this is, of course, a Christmas tree, but I want to show you guys things like this because you can do it. And a lot of people see them and they think, oh man, that looks hard, or I mean, maybe you don't think this looks hard, but it took a lot of time. Bless my husband's heart. He knows it's crafting season, so there's always something at my table, but I said, I know I've got a lot of things on my agenda. One is picking up this table and clearing it off. So anyway, but as I have bought lots of jewelry, if there's kind of pieces that they don't have matches, or something's wrong with them, I've had quite a few of these earrings. These are old clip-on beetle. These are old clip-on bead earrings. This used to be a brooch. So what I did, this cone, I actually thrifted, and I think I thrifted it for like $1 or maybe not even that, but I knew, look at that heart, isn't that the cutest? I knew what I wanted to do with it. So what I did is I put all the big pieces on first and kind of spaced them out, and then I have filled it in with all the extra little beads, and then I took it and I glued it on top of this old candle. You see these all the time thrifting, garage sales, but it's the old taper candle holders, and I find them all the time. If I picked up all the ones that I found over the years, I would have like a ton. But anyway, I think I'm gonna add like a piece of lace, like lace ribbon on it, but let me know your thoughts. Now, when I thrifted this base, it's kind of black now, but it was green. It was all green. And I didn't want green as a backdrop, so I spray painted it all black before I started. So, and then I let it dry for like a day or two, and then I started hot gluing. So lots of hot glue, lots of burned fingers. But this is my first jewelry craft, and I had a fun time. I don't know that I'll keep it. I might try and sell it, but let me know. I might have to reinforce the base a little bit just to make sure. I see some empty spots where glue didn't quite. But let me know your thoughts. And let me know your thoughts. What would you, if this was yours, what would you charge for it? I know they say, like to keep track of your time and blah, 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 but you never get out of crafts, probably what you should. And it's very much a stress reliever for me to just hot glue and place beads. So anyway, I'm going to go pick up another jewelry lot today. And I think I'm going to take this and show the girl like, hey, this is what I do on some of that jewelry I get from you. So anyway, just fun art. I'm not an artist by any means. My husband is an artist, but he's a painter. I guess there's different degrees of artist. I'm a crafter. I like to craft. But anyway, wanted to show you that one. All right, let's just get started. So my husband and I went to some estate sales yesterday, stopped at a few garage sales. Last weekend, we hit a few estate sales. He's finding he likes estate sales. He's not really a thrifter. I normally do that a lot on my own. But then this last week when I went to the flea market booth on my day off, I stopped at my favorite little thrift store. So I'm going to show you what I got. So I'm trying to think of where I want to start. So what I might do is I'm going to start with what's on the floor first to get it out of the way. And then maybe I'll adjust my camera. And I'm just going to start off with the big boy. Okay. This guy. If you know, you know. This is, I forget his name. It's on him somewhere, I think, but James the butler. I walked into an estate sale yesterday. They were asking $150 originally for him. They had decreased that down to $40. Here's his base, and it fits. It just, they never had glued it or anything. So he stands just fine. Now shipping will be a nightmare, but this guy, he is the Bombay company. This guy resells for 200 plus, and I bought him for 40. He was on a final discount of $40 yesterday. They also had the maid or the waitress. I think it's like Millie, the waitress. They were wanting 40 for her too, but her legs had been broken before and there was a lot of glue. And I told my husband, I said, no, I just want him. So there's slight surface wear, but exciting. I always have looked out for him. And I'm kind of like, it's a little daunting to ship, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave his base off and kind of be able to wrap it and ship it beside him, because I think that will help with the shipping. So anyway, super exciting find. I'm going to set him over here. I'm just like, I was so excited. I thought it was a really good find. Okay. All right. Super good find. So 200, I think like around, I should be able to get 240 to 275 for him, plus the shipping. So hopefully I want to get him cleaned up, and you know, he's one that you definitely will have to build a box for, but I'm not afraid to ship him. That's the thing. The shipping will be a little daunting on him, but I'm not afraid to do it. You just have to make sure you pad really good and you protect the piece, and he will probably be shipped out UPS instead of USPS. So anyway, I feel like it was a good find, $40, and they were wanting $150 for him. This estate sale, they very much mark their items for the last day, I feel like. So something else I bought there was these two vintage perfumes. They had a final price of $8 for both. Both do have a little bit of some taken out, but one is the Donna Karan Cashmere Mist. And then other is White Shoulders, and they're definitely both vintage. You can post vintage open perfumes on eBay. You cannot post modern perfumes that are opened on eBay, last I knew, but you can post used vintage old perfumes. So anyway, I'm gonna look them up. They were asking $16 for one and $20 for the other, and I got them both for $8 yesterday. Something else they had was some Christian Dior. They wanted $40 for everything in here. This was their final price. This is a Capture Total Intensive Essence Lotion from Dior. And you can tell it's full. It has been open, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to post it. And truthfully, I think I want to keep it and try it. Because I'm just going to say this. I cannot afford things like this. I just can't. Okay, maybe I can. I just don't. I'm definitely, like, my means are definitely below being able to use products like this normally. I think this, they wanted $60 for this originally at the estate sale. $60 just for this one. So then there's this one, and it's the serum, potent serum, Cell Energy. Look what they wanted, $100 for this one. This brand new is $200. This brand new is $100. So truthfully, I paid $40 for everything, and there's two little mini perfumes in here I'm going to show you, but I actually think I want to try these, and they've been opened, but there's not a lot out of them. It's like of course, watch me love them, and then I'm going to be like, okay, I'll just have to buy them secondhand all the time. But I think I saw on this one, I think I saw where you can get it on eBay, brand new bottle on eBay, for like $45, $50 to $60. So I don't know. This is stuff I would not buy for myself. Maybe that's probably more appropriate. It's like, if I wanted to afford it, I could, but I would not buy this for myself normally at the price that they want. So getting it this way, I might actually give it a try. I don't know. What would you do? Are you kind of like me to where it's not that I'm just this poor girl that can't afford, $100 creams and stuff, but I feel like we all, you have to live within your means, and it's just not a priority, I guess, for me. Maybe it should be with my skin. I don't know. But this is a little vintage Obsession perfume bottle. Now, Obsession still gets sold. Definitely still smells like Obsession for sure. But you can just tell this is like a little vintage one. And then there's also a little vintage, this is a Red Door perfume. They wanted $14 for this little Red Door. Is this Elizabeth Arden? I can't remember, you guys. Is it Elizabeth Arden? I can't remember. It feels like this one, Red Door Perfume's Elizabeth Arden, but I could totally be wrong. So anyway, I bought those really because I wanted to just maybe give it a shot, and I was getting all these little extras, and so I thought, I might as well spend the money and try these myself. So I want to move stuff kind of out of the way. So even though these were on the table, I wanted to show you because that was the same estate sale I bought Mr. James from. Okay, and then I went to another estate sale, and everything was half off at that estate sale. I have another bag though. I think, didn't I have another bag? I thought I had another bag. Maybe I didn't. My allergies, sorry. I'm snorting and sniffling. Okay. We'll just go through it. I feel like I had another bag from the same estate sale, but, oh yes, I did. It's down there. Okay, so all the clothes on this rack were $4 or $8 normally. It was half off day. So I got this vintage Chico's. Look at that old Chico's. I've sold some old vintage Chico's. This is a super cute little tank dress, button up, and it just says smile, love. Just really cute. It is 70% silk and 30% linen. It actually feels amazing. But I love the hearts on it and just a cute little knee length. Yeah, it's knee length. It is a size 1, so that was, I believe, a medium. But anyway, super cute. So I paid $4 each for these. This is, some of these I paid less for, so I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember which ones I paid $2 for and which ones I paid $4 for. Well, let me think here. This was $4. So I got some Chico's, really pretty lined blouses, size 2. This one is 1 as well. Very cute. And these are size 2, 12, 14s is what it says. Polyester, but they're kind of like a thicker for more winter time, I guess. That one's cute, isn't it? So I got this is 100% white linen button down from Chico's. So all these I paid $4 a piece, which is a little bit higher than, you know, my bag sales and stuff, but that's okay. Look at this old Chico's pink or purple little 3/4 sleeve jacket. It's very cute. And this one feels really nice. It's polyester, but it feels really nice. Okay, so there's that one. And then I believe I bought these ones on the $2 rack. So this is a no iron Chico's linen blouse. I don't know what made them decide to put it on like a $2 versus $4 rack. And then here's another one. I wish I would have had these kind of in the middle of, or in the springtime. So this is a no iron linen, like tan and white striped. And then here are 2 Peter Nygard petite larges, and they're just like a lightweight tank sweater, but look how cute they are. So there's this one and there's this one. I'll look up comps. This one is so pretty. I like this one. Oh my goodness, I can't grab it. I'll look up comps. I might lot those together. Sometimes that does well when you lot things together like that. Then the same street that the estate sale was on, I found a garage sale, and I think I've told you before, so these are getting kind of harder to find, but they're the old, see that there's room in there. So when you do button art and jewelry art, these are the ones I look out for. And so I'm actually going to do some button or jewelry art in here, but she charged me $1 for this. And then she also had this the Talbot's tee. It's 100% Pima cotton, and it's like a periwinkle color. Really cute. So that was yesterday. Get that out of the way. I ran across another estate sale that had these 2 shirts for $2.50 each. And you know, I just thought they were nice. This is a Life is Good Papa Bear. Isn't that cute? His hat says Life is Good. Life is Good. I mean, you're going to make probably $10 to $15 on them. So it was in really good shape. And then this is a rip curl. That's like a shadow you see. Rip curl shirt. Long sleeve tee, which I thought was really nice. So those both cost me $5 for both of them. And then I found this little old man's garage sale, and I gave him $4. He was like, just give me what you want. And I gave him $4 for, actually these are, the antlers are in the wrong hole. Someone put them in the wrong hole. But anyway, here's an old vintage deer I got from him. And then these 3 t-shirts, which I thought were nice. This is a Burton. So like, I think Burton is like a snowboarder brand. So just a Burton tee. And then I got a Colorado tee. Look how cute that is. So cute. And these are men's larges. And then this one is Maintain Your Brain, Durango, Colorado. Isn't that cool? And actually, this one is unmarked. That's sad. Maybe I need to keep it. Yeah, it's like no tag at all. Okay, I didn't realize that, but that's okay. Okay, then I went to this, it was called a vintage warehouse sale. And everything was $3 each. I'm gonna move my little pretty tree because I want to use this table right here. Everything was $3 each, and I had my husband with me, and he was like, "This place is gross." I'm like, "Hush, hush yourself." So this is a vintage Lizwear. And they actually had a belt with it. I don't know if this is the original belt, but it's actually in good shape, you guys. And I'm going to put it with it. But it's a maxi length denim dress. Is this not the coolest? I paid $3 for this. It definitely needs to soak because there's some discoloration. I need to go get some OxyClean. But they were asking, probably in a booth somewhere, they were asking $42 for that. And they were selling it for $3. So I got that one. I got this vintage Liz Claiborne. Look at that. This is like more of a midi length. And it is a 70% wool dress. Very nice. It feels like merino wool. It's like a 3/4 button. Very nice. Doesn't come with a belt. It doesn't have belt loops or anything, but it's definitely fitted. Has a little light shoulder pad in it. I just thought it was awesome. This vintage single stitch George Bush shirt, and it's kind of a textured. But my husband was like, well, it's got some staining on it, so I'm going to soak it. But anyway, it's a presidential library shirt is what it is. I kind of can't believe someone hadn't bought that and tried to get those stained. Probably because it's stained. Here is a vintage Ralph Lauren sheer ruffle top. So it's got some ruffles right here, and it buttons all the way down. She goes, do you want these hangers? I said, well, I don't need them, but I'll take them if you don't want them. And she goes, just take them. I was like, okay. Okay, so she threw in all 3 of these shirts. I didn't necessarily want them, but she charged me $3 for all this. This is a vintage Oshkosh kids overalls. Look at that. Is that not the cutest? Now, I don't even know what size it is. I'm going to be honest. I just grabbed them because I saw that it was Oshkosh. I don't see a size on it yet, but so what I have with it is the Nomad. Oh, they wanted, this is from a flea market booth. They wanted $39 for all of these, but there's a brand new 4T Jamboree. And then I don't know these other 2. I don't know this brand, Made in Bali. I don't know. I'm going to have to look them up, but I really just wanted the Oshkosh overalls. And so glad they threw in the rest of that. Here's a vintage Talbot's mini league dress. And it's just kind of like a long sleeve, almost like a t-shirt, but like a jersey. almost a jersey knit, but not quite. This is a vintage Talbot's tag though, and it's a petite. You know, it might be a maxi length because it's a petite. It's a midi length on me when I hold it up, but so there's that one. This one was very cool. Look at this. And look, it's brand new. Brand new with a tag. Grace Tone Fashions. It is a vintage size 20. I forget what that equates to. If you know, throw it in the comments. They were wanted $50 because it was dead stock. Dead stock means vintage, old, but new with tags is what dead stock means. So very cool. Very cool. That same people, they're having a $2. Everything is $2 today. I just don't know that I want to drive all the way back up there. Here's a vintage white stag. So this is just an old Walmart brand, but it is a midi length button-up denim dress. These normally really perform well for me. Okay, so there's that. I don't think, did I show you guys? No, I didn't. Okay. I have another box down here that I didn't realize I didn't show you. So let me pick it up. I have lots. My husband, it is Sunday. It's one of those lazy Sundays, but I have a lot to do. And I'm trying to just be like, Shannon, just do your thing. I got tons of laundry to wash, especially I'm going to have even more, but okay, so this was an estate sale as well last weekend, but these are just Columbia, and they're the Columbia hats that have the little shade thing. You look like a total goober wearing them, but let me tell you, they will save your neck, and we actually got these for us for when we're fishing, so yeah, get a good chuckle out of that. So I have to take a picture of myself with it on, but I got to get them clean. So I think I paid $2 a piece for them. Went to an estate sale and she had some vintage linens and that's just extra little fuzzies. So this is a set of 2 hand towels. They're blue and white and a washcloth. The washcloth definitely was used a little bit more, but these were $2.50. Everything was half off at this sale. I picked up a foam thing. This is for my crafting. Truthfully, I don't know what they charged me for that. Okay, look at this box first of all. And just know that I paid, the price on it was $25. Y'all, this lady was my hero. Her entire basement was crafting and sewing. If my husband wouldn't have been there and if I would have had a lot of extra time and money, I would have spent so much at the sale. So there was this beautiful, I believe it's German. Yeah, it looks like German box. Look at this old box. The box is cool, right? They asked $25 for this guy. He was half off, however. He was half off. So I actually, because I've wanted to maybe collect old vintage German nutcrackers for Christmas. I just think they're really cool. Look at that. I love it. So I paid $12.50 for him. And yeah, I love him. So he's going to be for me. And that's the only reason I paid that much. But I do believe some old nutcrackers they can be worth a dime. But the fact he has his own box, look at him in there. I love him. I love him so much. So, okay. Now that I told you how much I spent on that guy. Okay, and then I have some vintage little, I don't think these are Lennox. Hagen Renekers, I believe. Hagen Reniker, made in the USA. So I have a pair of rabbits, and these are just pretty little rabbits. But I paid $2.50. They wanted $5 for the pair, so I paid $2.50 for this set. And there is like I do see some crazing, but it's like not bad at all. So I don't know what I want to do with them, if I want to try to sell them or... they had a ton of unopened pins, and my husband threw those into my pile. Okay, they also have these, and I'm running out of room here. They also have these beautiful, and these are crystal, and it's now there's two different, I think there's at least two different brands that have this colored crystal. And I'm trying to see it. Sorry, I wish I could recall things off of my head when I'm in the middle of talking to you guys about stuff, but and then they have these little sherry glasses. So I've got I got 2 of the big ones, and then I have a set of 4 for the little ones. Now, they wanted $8 a piece for the big ones. This one was 17 bucks new. And you can tell they're like, it's old tags. Old tags. Beautiful. So, Imperlux. So the little ones are Imperlux. I think the big ones are 2... I just can't read the tag that's on them, but these are definitely Imperlux. So they wanted $5 each originally, but I got these for $2.50. So I paid $5 for these little ones, for the 2 of them. And then, oh, here, I think here's my other big one. Yeah, so pretty. Isn't this so pretty? So I paid $4 a piece for them. Resale is about 20 to 25 a piece now on these, I want to say. I did run comps on them, and I was pleasantly surprised. My aunt collects, I don't know if this is the brand she collects, but she collects these, and so I knew when I saw them, I knew I needed to look them up. So here's a purple and an orange, and then I have the red and blue. So I'm going to put these as a set. So this was $10 for me. $10. And I think, I believe I already have the draft up for these because I was comping them. And I want to say I'm going to do it at $65 for the 4 of these little sherry. I think these aren't these what you call sherry glasses? So, and then these, yeah, like I said, 20 to 25. I think I put, I have drafts for these as well. I think I started mine at 20 bucks. Excuse me. And then I got another just vintage hand towel and washcloth, and I paid $1.50 for this set. And then I got a ceramic Christmas tree. This one I am not going to sell, I don't believe. This isn't my style. This was definitely 80s, 90s crafted. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these off and hopefully not ruin the paint a whole lot. If I need to repaint it, I will. But I paid $7.50 for this, which it still needs a topper. There wasn't a topper in there for it. I don't think there was anyway. But it's, look at that. It's so pretty. They had frosted the tips. I'm just like, why did you put these fake flowers on it? But that was the style, you know? That was the style. So, oh, I did see a... Sorry, I don't want to bust this, so I got to take my time. Okay, there's that. That was made in 1988. So I said 80s, 90s. So I was on that deal. Maybe this is the star. Oh, this, how cute. It's a little cherub. Little. How cute is that? So that's what they put on the top, which makes total sense for that era. So yeah, $7.50, and that was on the bottom shelf in a basement. And I was like, I really can't believe no one has bought this. Even to redo themselves, you know. Okay, so there's everything on my floor. That's kind of moved out of the way. So let me move you a little bit closer so you can see all the junk behind me. How about that? Yeah, there we go. Check my dog. Okay. So this stuff right here came from one thrift store. And so actually, you know what? This did not. Oh, I bought these two together. These two were from one thrift store. So I have a vintage strawberry mug that I paid. It was actually on sale. This says $1, but I think I only paid 50 cents for that. And then look at this beautiful vintage Halloween tablecloth. I actually think I'm going to save this for myself. But it's an old terry sole cotton, and it's for a long table. I think I'm going to use it myself on my kitchen table because it is so cute. This one only cost $2. Can you believe that? $2 for that. And it looks hardly used. So this is from one thrift store. And I bought more glass from there. Yes, that's where. So let me move some stuff. Sorry, you know when you go through your things and you're like, where did I buy that at? And then you gotta really think about this. So here is a nice H pillow, and this is a Crocker horse. I don't know the brand. I actually was gonna look this up, but if it's not worth anything, I'm actually going to just reuse, because it has this very nice zipper portion. And I'm gonna reuse this feather pillow and sew a feather or a pillowcase for it for craft fair. So anyway, I just thought it was kind of cool. This actually, you know, my last name is an H, and so I was like, I could keep that. It's in really nice condition, but I paid $1 for that. And then I bought 2 bags of clothes. The bags of clothes there are $10 each, so we'll see how many items I ended up getting with the 2 bags. I will say I bought some things to lot, which you see me do that a lot at these kind of bag sales, because I can, like these Eddie Bauer shirts. This is an Eddie Bauer striped long sleeve t-shirt. Here is a teal and white Eddie Bauer cotton turtleneck. So you see me buy kind of these where maybe I wouldn't make as, like, you know, $8 on one, but maybe the 2 of them I can put for $14.99 or something, and it sells easier. So that's just my thinking. I can hear my chickens. One of them must have just laid an egg because she's going crazy. And I know, I'm sure it drives my neighbors crazy, and that makes me happy. Because some people are just like, we shouldn't have chickens. But the governor in the state of Missouri made a law where HOAs cannot stop homeowners from having chickens. They can only make rules set in place, and as long as you follow those rules, they can't deny a person from having their own chickens. And so I am in an HOA, unfortunately, but it's kind of the area I'm in to where, anyway, I'm not going to get off on that, but anyway, I was approved for chickens. You guys, you saw my babies when they were baby, and so now they're laying eggs, and there's a couple of them that they like the whole neighborhood to know that they laid. So, okay, so this is a vintage Ralph Lauren. You see me pick up this brand. This is an extra large, and it's a ribbed turtleneck. And it does have, I like the colors of it. It does have a Ralph Lauren logo on the neck. You'll see I pick up a couple of them here. I don't know if I'm gonna lot them up or not. This is a Cyrus, and I'm gonna be honest, I liked this possibly for me. It's kind of an oversized fallish sweater. I thought this would look cute with like a hat and go into a craft fair or something. So anyway, I'm gonna try that for me, but if it doesn't work, that's probably gonna get sent to my flea market booth. I have a clothing rack in my flea market booth, and I actually seem to be doing okay. I think like my last haul or the haul before, I had all those Columbia shirts. When I went, I had sold out of those. I think I put $7 a piece on them. So it's not like, you know, I could post them online for 10, 12, 14, but they're just gonna set. And I might sell one here and one there, and it'll take months to sell. And so my thinking of that is I'm going to post them to where I think my cost of goods were $1 a piece. And I'm like, I'm just gonna post them for a quick flip and, you know, make my money back and plus some. So I think I put $7 a piece on them. They were Columbia fishing shirts, and my flea market booth is down at the lake. So it's a lake town. Okay, so onto this. Here is some Loft Outlet t-shirts. These are size extra large. They're really cute. So here's a Paradise one. I am gonna lot these up. I am. This is the same thing, vitamin C. How cute is that? These are extra larges, which is a great size. Okay, I know I have more of those Loft ones. So there's 2 of those. Here's a Ralph Lauren. Just a really cute long sleeve tee, but it's got this kind of faux leather detail, and then the elbows are like a faux leather, but really cute. Here's another Ralph Lauren, and this is a rib. This is an extra large too. I think it's from the same person, but it's a rib knit long sleeve. See that? Isn't that nice? I like the feel of those. Blue and white, or blue and red. Sometimes I like, before I go through these, I'm like, oh, what did I get? What did I get that they're gonna probably be like, Shannon, what are you doing? Okay. This is for me, I believe. Joan Vast Studios. This is an extra large, and it's kind of like this flowy jersey knit long sleeve. And here's the back. And I love olive green, is actually one of my favorite colors. It is a Joan Vast, but I got this for me, actually. I want to try that on. All right. Oh, here's another one of the Loft shirts that's going to be put with it. And it's just some pineapples. And those are like sequins embroidery. So that's going to be in with those other 2. And then I know this other bag too has some, I sometimes will use little kids shirts, and they kind of fill in the gaps to help bring my cost of goods down. So this will definitely go in my flea market booth. This is going to be a longer video, guys. I'm sorry. This is a women's Levi's medium, and it is a flannel top, and I love the color of this. I'm trying to at least button one so it stays kind of, it's kind of like this, I feel like it's kind of a flowy, oversized flannel, but it's a woman's medium. Okay, I don't know why I put this in here. I'm going to be real honest with you. I have never found Outdoor Voices. And you know, you watch other resellers on YouTube and they tell you these brands that you should pick up, and Outdoor Voices is one of those. It's kind of like Vuori. So here's the Outdoor Voices. It's a size small, I believe men's, maybe women's. So I picked them up. Actually, I think there might be women's now that I'm looking at them, because they do have kind of like this wide cropped. Here's the deal though. Look at what it's pulling away. Yes, I could restitch these. And it has this stain. And I think it's almost like a glue feeling. So I'm probably gonna redonate these. I don't know. Okay, so there's that. Here is a Hannah Anderson, kind of a boho top for a little girl. Hannah Anderson seems to do good. The pajamas do better, but I do have a little Hannah Anderson dress right now listed that hasn't sold. Here is a men's Wrangler, not a pearl snap, but like a metal button-up flannel. Really nice. Here's a little kid's pumpkin dress. That'll go on my flea market booth for sure. This is a vintage Looney Tunes Tasmanian Devil top. You don't see Taz stuff hardly anymore at all. But it's in good condition. So I don't know what comps will be like on that. I didn't want to leave it. I liked this. This is a Park City, Colorado Destination sweatshirt. I really like the color. I was like, I might try that on and see if I like it. But here's a men's vintage fly cattleman. And it is a pearl snap, an old men's, a vintage men's. I don't mean old men's, because young men could wear it too, but I meant vintage pearl snap cowboy shirt. Very cool. Here is a men's Ariat. Some people say Ariat. I think, now I know the brand has its own way of saying it, but I will say, I think it depends on what part of the country you're in. But we here call it Ariat, but it could very well be Ariat. So don't come for me. But this is just another, it's a flannel is what it is. It definitely is a flannel. All right, and then these go to my flea market booth as well. And they're just little kids Cat and Jack Halloween shirts. So bright leaves, apple picking, corn mazes, hoodies, pumpkin, everything. So it could be, for Thanksgiving too. And this one matches it. They're just different sizes. Here is I liked this one. Positive Tees, Thankful, Grateful, Blessed. I thought that was pretty. So this will probably go in this is a size large. I think it was from Walmart maybe. But this will go in my booth as well. I had if I want to showcase a shirt or a dress, at the very edge of my flea market booth, I have these nails that, and that's where I put those Columbia shirts that were all gone when I went back in there. And here's another Eddie Bauer. This is a fleece pullover. I think I'll put with those other shirts. So, okay, so 2 bags. It cost me $20. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 items. So, hey, under $1 a piece. Okay. So at that same thrift store. I bought a box of hard goods, but I'm not there yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the bag of bargain stuff I got. So at this thrift store, which is right next to this other one, excuse me, their bags are also 10 each, but you can actually put hard goods in there as well. Everything in the store, except for limited things, is $10 each. They do price things, because if you want to buy things separately, like if people do it all the time, they come in, they just want one item, so they charge them. And so I bought this huge, look how big that is, for $1. And I got to looking, I can totally cross stitch. It's like a cross stitch linen. I don't know that it's technically made for cross stitching, but I loved, and I want to do like a pumpkin. So anyway, that's what I bought it for. So $1. This is huge. So there's that one. So I paid for that one separately, because really more cost effectively, I didn't want to stick it in a bag and take up half a bag when all I had to pay is $1 for that. So, okay. So this is that Pole brand, P-O-L. It's a size large, and it's this oversized sweater. Look how oversized that is. Kind of a cropped sweater. It's got a hoodie, and the hoodie's kind of cute, actually. Look at that. So I don't know. Truthfully, I don't know how this brand does online. So I'm going to look it up, and if not, it'll sell in my flea market booth. This is a purse. I believe it's James purse. I could be wrong on that, but this is a size large, and it's just kind of this short sleeved, it's like a knit, like a light knit. It looks brand new. I thought it was really pretty. This is a Democracy. Democracy you get at Macy's, Dillard's. Democracy Absolution jeans are very popular. I always sell them when I have them, but this is super cute. Truthfully, I want to keep it. I hope this fits me, because it is so pretty. Imagine this with some jeans and a hat going to a craft fair. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So I really hope it fits me. It is so pretty. So this was probably, I would guess, $40 to $60 at Dillard's. Brand new. Here is another one of those loft shirts. Yes, I found another one of the loft shirts at the other thrift store. You know what though? This one's a large, and all the other ones were extra larges. So that one might actually go to my flea market booth then. This is a vintage Susan Graver. I do very well with Susan Graver. It is an extra large. It is a beautiful kind of lined, oversized, I don't know what to call it. It has the one clasp. It doesn't button, it just has a clasp. Kind of like it's almost like an oversized kimono type jacket. Shawl jacket, I don't know. What do you call these things? I'll figure it out, but you can just kind of hear me talk through stuff in this video. Okay, this is a Betsy's Boutique. Betsy's Boutique is an online boutique brand. I've sold some things on eBay on Betsy's Boutique. It's kind of cute. It's got these ruffle sleeves. It might go in my flea market booth. What size is this? I actually have a friend that, this is a medium. I have a friend, and she used to buy it off of Betsy's Boutique all the time. And I got some of her like hand-me-downs that she wanted to sell. And so yeah, I have a couple of those from her, and I have sold some. So this is a pure Jill garment dyed linen. So these are linen, elastic waistband, kind of a cropped This is a size medium, kind of a cropped capri type. Okay, I'm gonna go through all of the clothes and then I'll show you the hard goods I wrapped up in stuff too. This is a brand new HB knitwear, extra large. This is a men's. It's got a brand new TJ Maxx tag on it for $14.99. So I don't know this brand, truthfully. It looked really nice. It's kind of got this textured look. It was originally $59. Hudson and Barrow knitwear collection. So I don't know, I gotta look it up, but like I've said, if comps aren't the greatest, then I will put them in my flea market. These are some Levi cargo loose straights. I feel like cargo's kind of coming back a little bit. So I decided to go ahead and pick these up. Levi's a good brand. And these are 3830s. So 3830s. Here is, okay, so this is a Nike Dry Fit. The problem is, what time is it? I need a time. Where's my watch at? I gotta meet someone. There's a local, I do have a local sale today, you guys. 10:37, okay. I meet her in an hour. I got time. Okay, so this is a Nike like elbow, kind of an elbow sleeve. 3/4 elbow, 3/4 sleeve. I'm gonna try it on. But it's a size extra L. Here's the thing. Looks very cool. I love it, but it has this like paint almost like, and I've tried rubbing it and it doesn't seem to want to try to come off. But I decided, since it fit in the bag, I decided to take a chance and see if I could get it out. And then I got this Victoria's Secret bra, which looked brand new. And this is a perfect shape. It is a 38D. 38D. And here's what it looks like. I don't like on bras how they kind of get a little bit, I don't know what you call that. From washing, I believe, is what happens. But I don't know. It still was in amazing condition. So there's the clothes. And then my hard goods I threw in here. Here's a bag of Christmas little crafts. Like a star ornament. Look how cute that is. That's cute. I kind of liked what I was seeing, so I just threw them in. Y'all know me and my crafting. And then here's some more. They're ornaments that maybe I can use in crafting. Or just sell separately. I have, when craft fair season is almost upon us, I do buy bags of ornaments and I sell ornaments individually. I thought this was so cute, and it's a, look at that. This is a huge pine cone, but in the sack, the pine cone got a little bit messed up. So anyway, that's okay. And then a Mary Englebright. This is a cookie press. Is that what you call this? Cookie form, cookie press. I don't know what you call it. Shortbread. A mold. Thank you. So a little Scotty dog mold, and it's still in the box. And it actually has a little recipe for it. I thought it was really cute. And then I got some glass ornaments. And these are Kurt Adler. It's missing one. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with them. They're really pretty though. Check them out. Really pretty. So Kurt Adler, I'll probably look them up, but if they're not selling for much, then I will sell them like I just said. And then I took a chance on, these little Santas, vintage Santas, were on something else, and I wanted them, so I took them. And then I also got a tree for crafting So I use those in my crafts. So I took a chance and I bought, these are napkin rings, Christmas napkin rings, a whole lot for, so here's more. Here's another bag of new ones. And here's another box of new ones. So I don't know really how to divide the cost of those out. So let me just see how many items I have, like the clothing items I have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. So I have 8 clothing items. Oh no, 8. So this bra is 9, 10, 11. So I have 11 clothing items. So there's 11 clothing items. So we'll say this is 10. This is 11. I'm going to call these all 12. These little extra things I bought. So 12, 13. So 13. I have $13, or I spent $20. So that means $7. If I want to have a cost of goods, then I could potentially divide it out to where I paid $7 for all of these. Like this box is full. And then what I might actually do that. I mean, I could count exactly how many of these I have, and that would be crazy. But I might actually say everything is $1 a piece, and then this cost me $7. I might average it out that way, just you know. And then I can maybe put these, I don't know, I'll look them online, but I could maybe put these in my flea market booth too, and just say, you know, $1 or $1 a napkin ring or something like that, and just make my money back that way. So I don't know, I might do that. I'm gonna think about it, actually. If you have some good ideas, let me know. Okay, so there's that. And then my hard goods at that first thrift store, they put in a box for me. And so they had brand new packages of these to-go coffee solo cups. I bought these for our home for this Christmas, because we actually, yes, we drink our coffee, but then when we, you know, leave in the morning, a lot of times we'll grab a to-go cup instead of like a Yeti or something. And they're nice to have when you have company. So they charged me $1 a piece, and that's for my personal use. I bought these set of napkins. I'm going to show you. I think they're really cool. They are not, look at the sun. Isn't that cool? It's got kind of like a sun and like a fish. Do you see the fish? Very cool. I love them. They are unmarked. So if they had tags, someone took them off. They charge 50 cents each. So there's 1, 2, 3, $4. So I paid $4 for them. I just thought they were really neat. This was $2, and it is a vintage strawberry tablecloth. And it is one of those ones that wipe easily with this on the back. But it is in such good condition. I was like, I might actually keep that and use it for craft fairs or something. Although I'm usually only in craft fairs during the winter time. So I don't know. Okay, so their glassware was half off. 25% off, I think. And so there's this sister mug, and truthfully, I've got my sister, my grandmother had a mug identical to this that her sister gave her, and I've given one of my sisters one, and I found the other one now. So there's that. So I paid, oh, this one has a defect. Oh, that's a bummer. Actually, I might need to throw it away because it is cracked. I didn't see that. Work is the curse. So true. Of the drinking glass. That's what it says on the bottom, of the drinking glass. Lip service, 1984. I thought it was hilarious. But it was 50 cents marked. It was 25% off. I did pick up some mugs. You know me and mugs. Here's a vintage Florida mug. I just took a ton of mugs to my flea market booth when I went. I told you all what I would do if I had a flea market. Aquarius. This is an Aquarius mug. I thought it was kind of cool. Vintage. It's like an oven proof, I think, or a heat proof, or I think I paid yeah, it was 50 cents also. So 25% off. Okay, I need to actually look these up. I paid $3 for these, and they had an old look to them. And it's Sea and Sons. Sea and Sons. Now, I have learned, and you guys help me out and help everybody else out. When you find old vintage dishes that actually have the stamp in them, see how they stamped them? Look them up, because I've actually sold a plate I sold a plate or a bowl. It did ship overseas, but it was like only in museums. No kidding. It was from the 1800s, and like the only other ones were found in museums. I mean, I cannot remember. I should remember, but it's like, it was one of those once in a lifetime finds that most of us probably don't even look at dishes. But this just I've kind of started having an eye for like different, I don't know, it's when your spidey senses, it's like when you found something before and you see it again, you pay attention. Does that make sense? But if you ever find old pottery stoneware that has this impression stamp, do yourself a favor and look them up. I did look these up, and there is some imperfections, but nothing too crazy. And this is a set of 5, and I cannot remember exactly what I went for, but I decided to go ahead and get them. So hopefully, and these are something that typically sits a while because you're looking for the right person, you know? Okay, and then, hopefully that doesn't put too much pressure on that. I did buy some old, some vintage beer. Like this one is a Miller Lite. I know I have like a Pabst Blue Ribbon. Here's a Coors. So these were all marked $1 a piece. I think what I might do is I might lot them in a lot together. Miller High Life. So these were all $1 a piece, but they were all 25% off. So I have a set of 7, I think. Yeah, here's a Pabst. I have a set of 7. I think I want to put them all together in one lot. And see how they do that way. So that was my hard goods from that store. Then I have a few extra items. I'm going on I think it's an hour and 9 minutes, so bear with me. Okay, so another estate sale where I got these crystal, where I got these. They also had these little trinket dishes, and like this one was $1.50. I paid half. And this is made in China, but it's super cute. Look at that. Made in China. Here's another one. And so this one was $1. Crownford giftware, fine bone china, it says. It's got like it's had a tag on it. but I thought it was just a cute little trinket box. And then this one was $2. And it's just a cute little trinket box. Someone wanted $6.95 originally for it in a flea market booth, but I paid $1 for it. I might lot those together and sell them. I seem to do good sometimes with vintage cards, and so these are old bridge decks, and they were half off, so I got for $1.50. This was half off, and so this is, you know, all the vintage goose and porch goose and swans and things like that. They're kind of all coming back. They wanted 75 cents, but she charged me half. I actually bought some, I don't think I showed you guys. At that same garage sale, I bought like 6 or 7 big jars for jewelry, and I actually already logged them because I needed to take them to my flea market booth. This was also purchased at a estate sale, and it was half off, and it is Francoma, and this matches my grandmother's. It's kind of like what I would call a little bud vase or whatever. It matches my grandmother's set. And then I did just get this yesterday at a garage sale, and it's a little people. I don't know what the set is, but it's a horse and buggy. Very cute. Look at her, isn't she at all? But I paid $3 for that. And then my last bag, guys. You're done so good. You're bearing with me. I try not to ramble too much, because especially I knew this haul was going to be big. I also got these at estate sales. So here is just a book for myself, Chris and Hannah. Here is a Masterworks art tile, ceramic tile trivet coaster, and it's bears. Isn't that cute? So it was $2. I don't think I got a discount at that place. And then this was also at the same, where I got these, where I told you I could have stayed there forever. And all the craft, her entire basement was crafting. We actually needed these, and so there's a set of 2 bread pans, and so they were half off of $2.50. So this is actually for us. And you know me and all my vintage treasures, you guys. So I did, you know, they had $7.50 on these. These are the old wooden drummer boy ornaments, soldier. Look at those. So I paid half off though. That's the only reason I bought them. And then they also had like this vintage train, little Jack in the Box type thing. Oh, I forgot about this. So this was with the trinkets. Oh, look at her. It's like that bisque porcelain, but it's a heart. So for Valentine's Day, and this is a Lefton. I did not look it up. I paid $2.50 for it. I don't see any chips or cracks. Stay up here. You stay here. I almost put this back, but it was half off of $3.50. And it's it says made in Japan. I don't know the brand. You guys, you might know. It's those egg dishes, trinket dishes. Oh, my husband thought we needed that for whatever reason. When you take your spouse, then you end up having stuff in your cart you had no idea. Here's some more wooden, brand new little wooden. So that's for my crafting. And then I actually need to look these up a little bit more. I made a last minute decision to grab these, and these are mid-century candles. And so, I don't know the brand. I can't pronounce it, but this one's called Golden Leaves, Kamiyama, Japan. And this one's called Golden Leaves. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's got flakes of metallic black diamond. So there's that. So I paid $2.50. They had it marked for it, and it comes in its own. I thought it was so cool. And then, oh, golden leaf, Kamiyama golden leaves. That must be the name. And then here is one called Topaz. Look at that. So I know some mid-century candles like that can do okay. But I definitely need to research it. And you guys, I think, other than, I thought this was really cool. This is the painter Rembrandt. And I paid 50 cents at that garage sale. I thought it was kind of cool because my husband is a painter. I think that's it. I think that's it. So nothing too spectacular other than James the Butler. He was my favorite that started this whole video off, but I'm trying to look around just to make sure, and I think I got it all. So thanks so much for sticking with me. Please, if you like this kind of thrifting content, hit the like button and leave me an emoji. That like would totally make my day. And I appreciate all of you supporters that watch my channel. It'd be so nice if I could maybe get it over 1,000 in the next 6 months. That would be amazing. So thank you, and I will see you later.